It's not their fault. I will regularly say to somebody who has actually made a mistake on the computer, but often the reason they made a mistake on the computer wasn't their fault. I would never have put the period key next to the comma key if I were designing a keyboard. I would never put the caps lock key next to the shift key if I were designing a keyboard. It's not their fault. So what we're trying to do is figure out a way to make it easier for them. I always suggest that people take a little red nail polish and they put a dollop on the period key so that the period key is easier to see than the comma key, because it is so easy. You're doing www, CNN.com, and you don't know why you're not getting there. So we want to make the period key really easy for them to see. Interesting statistic. It is projected that this year, 2010, $25 billion will be made from online sales to senior citizens. $25 billion. If websites worked better, that number would be $77 billion. They did a test for seniors shopping online, and different things happen that make a senior walk away from a website. It times out because they take too long. Sometimes they don't understand the questions. In one case, I got a call last year from a very sweet client of mine. She's smart as a whip. This is not about intelligence. She was buying Christmas presents online. I had worked with her for a while. She was feeling really comfortable. She was doing it by herself. She called me up almost in tears. I've gotten everything in the shopping cart. I am trying to pay. I have been on this website for an hour. I want to give up, except she'd spent so much time picking the presents. And so her name is Gillis. It's an unusual name. And I said, Gillis, walk me through where you are. I said, I can't see your computer, but talk to me. So she walked me through. She'd filled out her address correctly. She'd filled out the credit card information correctly. They wanted her to register with the website, which is a common practice when you're shopping online. So they asked her to type in her email address. I made her read it to me twice to be sure that there wasn't a mistake in there. And then they asked her to type her password. So we had chosen, as I recommend everybody does, you only have 3 passwords in the world. You've got one for your banking, one for your email, and one for everything else you do online. And so she was using that everything else password. So she told me exactly the password she typed in, and I'm great. Then it said, confirm your password. And I said, Gillis, what did you type in? And she said, I typed in, I confirm. It's not her fault, right? It's not her fault. It makes total sense to me that she typed I confirm, and I'm so mad at whoever designed that website, but why didn't they see retype your website? So, as you're sitting there and you're dealing with these students who have these stumbling moments, remind them it's not their fault. I blame the web designers all the time. I blame the computer manufacturers all the time, and I'm right for doing it. Because really, they don't, $77 billion. They're losing over $50 billion a year because they're too arrogant to redesign the websites so they're easier to use. Well, you know what? My heart does not break for them losing that money. That is their own damn fault as far as I'm concerned. But we want to just take the response. I think it's really important that we, computer users, take responsibility for the errors that we make so that we don't empower the plastic box. I'm actually the person who made the mistake. But the reason I made the mistake was because some idiot designed it in a way that wasn't smart, right? But I actually did make the mistake. I call it a pedcac, the problem between the keyboard and the chair, problem between keyboard and chair being pedcac. So I'll say it's a pedcac, but it's not your fault. It's the way they designed it.